So Alex's speech is called Close Encounter with a Vampire. Alex Suey.
First of all, I want you guys to assume we are moving ahead in time. We are in the future. And now we're looking back 2 hours from now. Our story is based on October 11. The time is 11 o'clock on a full moon night tonight. It's 11 o'clock. I just finished my Toastmasters speech. It was about vampire. I was so worried that my speech didn't go well. I had a shiver up my spine. So I said, I should go up to Signal Hill and relax and take a few shots. Because, wow, look at tonight's moon. Wow, it's amazingly. It's a full moon tonight. Look, wow, got a full moon. I have to take a picture of the city of St. John's. Wow, it's very nice up here. But I took about 20 pictures. And I thought, wow, it's time to go home. I'm really tired. So I went to my car, took my camera right here. I tried to open the door, and then I felt something cold behind me. I turned around, there's a shadow, a dark shadow. I said, no, it's nothing, maybe a kid. So I tried to open the door with my car key. Somehow, I couldn't open the door. Somehow there was a force beyond my control. I just couldn't open the door. So I said, what's wrong? I tried. I was a little bit nervous. I wasn't afraid of a ghost or shadow. I was afraid I'm being mocked. Because at 11 o'clock, not many people up there, and I was afraid someone would take my camera. So I looked behind me and saw that shadowy figure coming closer. I tried really hard to open the door. And then something brushed on my shoulder. I looked back. I saw something like that. Wow. I said, the guy with the cape, and his face was so white, I couldn't tell who he looked like. But I thought it could be something I've imagined when I was in my childhood. Something like a vampire. But I thought, there's a full moon. It's 3 weeks to Halloween. It can't be a vampire. To tell you the truth, I never believed in vampire. Vampire are just a part of my imagination about evil spirits, about the demons. They don't really exist. I'm never afraid of anything. My biggest fear in me is the fear of no fear. So I said, this is not a vampire. There must be something. So I said, if he comes over, I'll give a big smack. Look at his eyes. See, his eyes were scary. I was really afraid. I said, come again, I'm going to smack you with my camera this time. I didn't do anything, but I felt something flew above my head. And that vampire, or that creature, actually got up to my car. So I said, who are you? What do you want from me? He didn't say a thing. He threw something at me. And I said, I went down and picked it up. And then when I looked up, it disappeared in the dark. And I said, look at this. I said, I don't know what message he's going to give me. A whole book. So I said, I'll try to open the door. I don't want to stay outside my car anymore. So I opened the lock. Got inside the car. And then I turned on my light. I said, wow, what is this? A book from a creature. It says, the ABCs for vampires. Wow, I said. A, always be aggressive. B, always believe in the dark side. And C, always come back from the dead. I said, who the hell would know my ABC campaign? I have my ABC, and this guy knows ABC. Maybe it's a hint telling me that I should be a vampire. I said, there's no way, this is something going on beyond my control. I have to think deep. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared at all. So I went home. It was almost 12 o'clock on a Wednesday night. I didn't watch Survivor. I said, I have to go and pursue something on this. So I went home, 12 o'clock, turned on my computer, Google vampire. Found a lot of things. And then go on Yahoo then Microsoft Bing, look up all the things about vampires. All I could find, vampires do not exist. Vampires are just fragment of your imagination. People use vampire for commercialism, for personal gain, and for political gain. Really, it based back in the 17th century, when certain murders and unsolved mysteries, the government blamed the works of vampires. It started in Croatia, but then the story spread. But the truth of how come all these unsolved mysteries and things blame on vampire, I'm going to tell you in the next story anyway. But tonight I'm going to go back to my story. Now, after I realized that vampires are unreal, I know I have to dig deeper, find out what this creature is. And then I said, well, it's a bit late now. Tomorrow I have a lot of work to do. So I said, I'm going to take out my memory card and try to upload my pictures, and maybe I'll print something nice to soothe myself. So I put a memory card into the computer, and Lord and behold, I found something. Something intriguing. Something not trite at all. I noticed my camera, because that creature pushed me, I accidentally touched my camera instead from an off mode to the video mode. I got everything in my camera. So I said, now I got you. I'm going to send it to YouTube. I got the first true picture of a vampire. So I uploaded it onto my computer. And then I look at it. Wow, it's amazing. I got the vampire. I got you. You didn't get me. I got you. So I said, I have to find out what he really looked like. Is that really as scary as the picture I imagined? So I slowly, frame by frame, I look at the picture, and then I enlarge it and see what the face was like. Bang! It wasn't a vampire. It was someone I knew way back then, until now. Actually, it's one of the members in Toastmasters Club. It was Lee Haywood. He has been following me the last few weeks. That's why he's not here. He knew I was on my APC campaign. He knew my APC thing, so he tried to do a number on me. So he said, write this to scare Alec, because I had no fear. I wasn't even fear of flying or from a plane or skydiving. He said, I have to scare Alec somehow. So I said, this is Lee making fun of me. Forget it. So my adventure with the Empire would turn out to be a joke, a prank played by Lee Haywood ahead of Halloween. And that will be the adventure of Wednesday, October the 12th, after Toastmasters meeting. Now, the story finished, but as an afterthought, I want to tell you why vampires do not really exist. How many of you here believe vampires? Good. It means that they don't exist. I tell you now, if a vampire comes out on a full moon and bites one person, and that person will become a vampire. And there are 12 full moons in 1 year. So one vampire, in theory, can at least hurt 12 people in 1 year. You still with me? So after 1 year, there are 12 vampires plus one named vampire. Now, next year, each of those persons will bite 12 people. So after 2 years, you have 12 times 12, 144 new and old vampires. In 3 years, 144 times 12 will be 1728 vampires. Imagine, the vampire story started in the 17th century. For 300 years, 12 to the exponent of number of 300 years. How many people would there be, or how many vampires would there be on Earth? Would be all empires by now. Thank you.